It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already.
Photograph. Must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. Jenny didn't shoot him! No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
Very well, the court grants permission.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready?
Abso-bally-lutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Brandy.
All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketian. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. That's not an explanation.
Yeah, this says nothing about the case.
I think you'll find that if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
I have left it in there. I should think there'll be repercussions by now.
You didn't operate on Herlock, did you? You motherfucker!
Oh my god.
Oh, he fucking did, didn't he?
Stop. Double radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
In Motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
Squeak.
God. The circumstance of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
Circumcision of the crime. A storeroom locked from the inside in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone.
I think I see what's going to happen here. I don't know if I should say or not.
Don't yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I think ultimately this is going to hinge on what the old man is saying about the surgery, though. If that is indeed Herlock.
Turns out he just means, like, he left something in the oven. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this print. Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear. These cameras were supposed to help, not hinder.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windybank. Which means there's more to the situation than we've yet to see. Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the submission examination. No. No, you.
I like how Ringo's too short to be seen behind there.
Let's see. Yeah, you didn't fucking say anything.
Polishing the bench, I see. Again.
A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores?
On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pick-pursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth.
Harsh, perhaps.
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals.
Referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rant's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London's... I forgot I'm supposed to just not be doing a voice. He does wonders cleaning up London's streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. What? She is me.
God.
She's trying to make maids of people.
God.
It is you, basically.
That's what I said, yeah.
Mr. Sholmes, a maid.
It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Minor detail, it was the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant.
A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway.
Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement.
You mean you shall have it?
Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective. They should swing? Holy!
Yeah.
Like swing from the fucking noose.
Yeah, I know.
God. I've just never heard that terminology before. I've heard they should hang. I've not heard they should swing. Somehow that feels like more harsh. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo?
Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photograph pretty normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girls were to shoot the victim, obviously.
But if you turn on the 3D slider, there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the same printed stereo, it can reveal all sorts of new information.
It's like the thing they talked about. By any chance?
Yeah, but like we only have two we only have one photo.
Yeah. Are you a fan of stereoscopes?
Oh, how did you know?
Educated guess. Let's call it a lucky guess.
It never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary. It's captivating. It's the height of modernity.
Of course.
Oh yes, I think you'll find that a stereoscope here is here to stay. Giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen.
If I only gave you a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. This fucking guy. What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? Keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. Ah, so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. Surgeon? That totally passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no! Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field.
Yeah, all those brains you've got leaving things in people.
So, what is it that you think you've left behind? Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing went in through the abdomen. When I finished the procedure,
Oh my god.
well, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be that, maybe, he left the bullet in there. he was operating on her log. Maybe he left the bullet in there, which means we now have 3 bullets, which means that, you know, Nash and that bullet is still in her log. So then the bullet in the calendar maybe is the one from Winterbank's gun, which means the bullet that was in Winterbank is from some other party. Or something. That was what I was thinking, but that's seeming not likely now, because he's talking about a scalpel.
Yeah.
Exactly. Surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly. Oh, of course I couldn't. Oh, you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. It's exactly my concern, seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up. I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere.
Oh.
I'm sure I made everything... I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, sure as you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure.
God.
Sorry, radio transmission. What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Movement. Yes. The Empire of Japan. All communication with the Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. All mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. But now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Since a mile of cables
Cabal.
have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Have they already done that by this point?
I don't know.
Yes. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed. Makes my head hurt just thinking about it.
They've played a little fast and loose with the timeline.
I guess so.
You are well informed, young lady. Cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. Just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airways to four corners of globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop. Wait. Don't know to wear out your fingers. I have wireless telegraphy. Stop. Having technological revolution. Stop. People say inventions like the stereoscope at the height of technology. What utter piffle.
Oh, we're gonna have to make them fight?
That seems silly. Oh!
Silly toys.
Oh, you got something to say, do you?
You got something to say, bud!
Juror number 3, sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but...
What?
You perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark. As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do! Say that again! Go on, I dare you!
It's music. Goodness, are you talking to me? I think he just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh?
Hey, I mean really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
God.
A great way to appease a man.
Kids these days always be on their stereographs.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry, stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
Like, she's objectively right, though. Like, we're living in the future.
Yeah, she's not wrong. You just don't know.
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene, for example. You've got a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope. It could reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before.
What? You got any room now? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope?
I mean, we've got the cat thing. We've already done that.
Is it even in evidence?
I guess the photograph of Gina? Like, I don't know.
We only have the
But
one, though.
Well,
I know.
The cat photographs are on the back of these. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think. Trick, I think.
Nope.
I was wrong. I can't actually think of anything we could use at all. What? Really? But here, I think maybe I need to have a stereoscope and
but
look
we
at
have-
your brain sometime.
I mean, we have a crime scene photo. We don't have a second one.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah,
Okay, hang on.
Oh, so we just skip the rest of that.
Good.
Okay.
and then we just skip through.
Skip the dialogue.
I mean, I guess technically, if you think about it, VR headsets are like an evolution of stereoscopes.
And guess what? They're also toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Real.
I just love the argument. Just use your eyes, Fivehead.
I
Right then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can.
Oh, are we gonna use this to notice, like, some other difference that's, like, really subtle? Maybe? With,
Very well
like,
then, I'd like you to demonstrate.
What?
Yeah, we don't have another.
Yeah.
How will we even get it from the jury?
I'm guessing we have to prompt some kind of conversation, and then we'll get it some other way.
Sorry, do you mean one more print?
Oh dear. Don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works?
No. What? Need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
one for the left eye and one for the right. Oh yes, I remember now. The print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph.
No. I think you'll find the clues in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You need 2 prints.
Thanks for the friendly explanation. We obtain another print at some point later in the trial. Always show it to this young man then. I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me.
Let's get things back on track, shall we, Counsel?
I guess it's going to show that Gina is like pointing at something besides him.
Maybe.
Like behind or something, I don't know. Please tell me you're not villain, Bolshevik. I forgot how we said his name.
Villain.
Villain. Right, villain. Duh. The Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary?
Duh. I believe there is such a rumor.
It's just a rumor.
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, I noticed it, but I didn't want to say anything. But,
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
It's alright. And which glove fits?
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take a bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Wait, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts.
To be treated like a vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. I have so much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look.
Skolkin brothers.
But they're actually criminals, though.
They're actually criminals, though! Duh. They went inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That is what I want to say.
He shot a dude. Skolkin brothers did nothing wrong that night. Right, well, first of all, It's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris.
What is it, Runa?
Jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Yes, that's amazing, isn't it?
In that case, how is it there's a Russian tourist sitting among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary?
I wish I knew.
Good.
Can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. Trial will be over.
We know that Ginny would never shoot anyone.
Yes, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. Must be ready to go into whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. Never press the first guy.
True.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garrideb, aren't you? Really must stop meeting like this.
Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, a rather turbulent time we had back then.
Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously. Wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything.
Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garrideb house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies.
Oh.
Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. What do you mean? Oh, like, in irons? Like, she's arrested? Okay. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. But not for us, that's for dashed certain.
I suppose not.
Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously.
Obviously. Honestly. I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2.
Uh-oh.
What's this?
Has he been checking me out?
So, who...
Let me
do
press
we-
this again, because maybe we can be like, oh, can we get another photo?
Can it really show up new clues, though?
No, I think this is don't know unless you try.
Whoops.
Oh,
This is the same thing.
just.
I thought it was
beware,
going to be we
okay?
have to go present the thing, but...
And then juror number 3?
Yeah, no.
Blah blah blah.
And then present whatever, and then be like, oh, we can't. Yes.
Clearly we presented the 2 guns.
Alright. Maybe try pressing her again?
I agree with you. The shooting of Mr. Sholmes was an unforgivable act. The purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank.
I'm afraid you're splitting hairs, sir.
Sorry?
Whether it was the thieves or the pick purse, it was still gutter trash that shot the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion.
Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this main mind isn't going to be easy.
You know? One of those 2 brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it?
Yes, without question.
Well, then I'll never forgive them.
Oh, Iris.
Perhaps we can use this maid's testimony to help us somehow. Do you think?
Yes, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what each juror has to say first.
Oh, I see. Okay, so...
Oh, with Russian?
The Russian guy,
'Cause he's
yeah.
like, oh, they're not so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I was thinking so.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other, even though they're just opinions.
Good lord! Counsel, explain yourself!
Oh, my statement? Contradictory?
Contradict. C-O-N.
Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick, I have mouse.
As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver.
Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand.
Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. A, B, D.
Sir?
Sorry. My English is still learning.
Okay, Petra. You are telling the court you didn't hear.
Forgive me, I did not hear. Human's word, abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs.
Yes, vital organs.
If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker.
I thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again.
So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying. They've said before, we never done nothing. But truth is, they shot detective. Duh. This is double negative.
That's exactly right.
No!
Lying is wrong. Especially when lying is said by a person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means... when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough! I trust no one now!
It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself.
I will play as this guy. Afraid that's not possible.
Yes, it is, Reno. Easily.
Sorry.
The prints from earliest red-handed recorder.
Ah.
Okay.
Compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from half an hour later. Able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Hurry, Mr. Prosecutor.
Tut. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. Print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop. Is this one.
Uh-huh.
Following this, the victim and the accused move into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers enter the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight.
Okay, well the lamp is broken.
This was taken after Hurley was shot then. As I can tell. Nothing has been taken.
Stuff has moved very slightly.
Yeah.
It does seem to be the case. Is this going to be the second photo we need to do the...
Yeah, I think so.
Can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print.
So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot a man, but they stole nothing.
Basically, they good. It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You are right. I did not understood situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue with trial.
Yay!
Yay! One way to do it, I guess.
Yeah?
Hooray! Well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting.
Well, it's a start, I suppose. There must be more of what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If we can do that, we just might turn the situation to our favor still.
Thank you, Counsel. Continue with the submission examination.
Thank you, Bert.
And kindly hand the new photograph print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Christ.
The print of the court record. If we can make a use of that.
Probably not.
Gee.
Gee, I wonder. In Lake of Lies or many dead fish, we must find truth. Therefore, I say not guilty verdict. Good.
Oh, this guy's a riot. Okay. What have I got?
Oh yeah, that's the second print. You go to the fucking stereoscope.
Can't you, like... Yeah, that thing in the back moved a bit.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but you gotta do the stereoscope, though.
I know.
Cool, fancy technology.
It's not a toy.
Do you have anything new to say? Nope. Alright. Let's press U and get the photograph presented.
Print?
Then juror number 3. This is probably the same.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right, these two prints were both taken with the same camera in Whitney Banks on the night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle?
Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. Left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the positions of some objects. And when your brain merges the two images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were depth.
Yes, exactly.
It's that small shift between certain objects in the two pictures that's really important.
So what happens if you use two photographs that are exactly the same then? Nothing.
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally anyway.
Oh. Oh! Of course! Now I see!
Ah, I think the young girls discovered the secret!
I have! I've gone cross-eyed!
God.
Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me?
Have another look at these two pictures from Merlin's camera, Bruno. Go on!
Oh boy, we're gonna have to do the
Oh
Yep.
god, I can't. I can't do this.
You see there's a really obvious difference between them.
Guessing it's just the lamp.
I want to merge my eyes and see what it looks like. Sorry, it's
Nope.
taking me a minute. It's odd. What it results in is the desk, the feather, the book, the photograph, the two things like the ledger and the clipboard, even the lamp to an extent, kind of looking 3D, but then, the like doll and the books and the scales actually look like flat because it's not merging them properly. I can still see them,
Neat.
but they're like, actually, it almost looks like they're recessed into the background and everything else is flat, actually. That's right. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. So we can tell that things are moved because of the fact that they're merging and to create depth. That's interesting. Yeah. And then Gina and Pop look like, you know, semi-transparent.
Yeah.
And the timestamp just looks like 1:30, which is interesting. I don't know why it does that. Weird. Anyway.
Of course there is. There are two people in the first and no people in the second.
Yes, you can see that straight away. Now, I'm looking at the picture in 3 dimensions.
Right, I'll give it a go. To start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly.
It's funny, the lamp's difference is actually not that noticeable with the doing the cross-eye thing.
Yeah.
It just looks like the broken lamp.
Yeah, so in the original, this used, like, the 3D slider, right?
I don't know. I suspect that it was involved, but...
Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle.
That was why I fixated on to do it.
8.
Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo?
What if the game tells you what it is if you can't do it? What's going on with these 2 pictures?
Okay.
Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you.
To me, it looked like they were recessed into the background, but yeah.
Yeah. He's just using a stereoscope. God. Yes, that's it, you see? That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Other amazing power?
Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that,
I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question.
Basic principles. The stereoscope.
As I said before, if you try to look at 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that you see in the pictures 3-dimensionally.
People actually do this to solve, like, spot the difference puzzles as well. You can, if they're positioned right next to each other, you can just cross your eyes and see immediately where the differences are.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the 2 pictures, it shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been.
Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the 2 prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
What, me? I have the first idea.
You know, Runo, it's quite simple.
It is?
Let's think it through step by step. This photograph was taken at 1 a.m. 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. The position of some items on the counter appears to have been shifted slightly in the interim. That means...
Means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Zookers!
Word.
Someone tampered?
I assume it's supposed to be like gadzooks, but...
Yeah, I guess.
Which, by the way, is originally a euphemism for God's hooks.
Oh.
Oh.
And core
More
blimey.
information. Stop. Mention of the testimony so far. Stop.
Core blimey is originally God blind me.
Oh. Interesting.
Yes. I had to go around in circles a little here, but it seems I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. Now the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
Are you suggesting you might know?
Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter.
Well, one of these 2.
Presumably. Was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
Oh. Wait! This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hands, and Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets.
Why does your book
Somehow that
include
your
Cockney...
book would have Lucy Lockets.
Why does your book have Cockney rhyming slang in it?
Oh. But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying?
Mouse alone.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pick purse, after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely.
It would have been found on her person.
Yeah.
And why, exactly?
As you can see from this photographic print, the defender was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Winterbank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's entrance lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop. You had no reason to touch anything on the counter.
I mean, that's kind of a weak argument. She could have wanted multiple things.
All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony.
But the accused is a pick purse, a common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pick purse.
What?
I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket. It would not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves.
Well said. If one would like to hear more from that shady pair.
God.
Can't risk his hands, he's a surgeon.
True. Do you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand.
Not what this is about.
God. There's half.
You heartily agree. Stop.
Purchase after trial. Stop. We'll return home via Regent Street. Stop. Fire.
God.
Hey.
Hey, we did it. Well, it would seem this trial is yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call the summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. I order this trial to continue.
Hey, well done. By the way,
What?
get her on to this room now. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely. But alright.
Oh good, we don't have to cross our eyes anymore. Lord Van Zeeks. You will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. I've won myself another chance to probe the pair about their activities that night at least. I won't stop probing them until... that should be the end of the sentence. I won't stop probing them until I prove that Gina is innocent.
I did the suspicious The Rock face and heard a vine boom in my head.
And intermission.
Yep.
Yep.
Good place to stop then.
Yep. Next time.
Thanks for
On
watching.
Beneath a Steel Sky.
No! Stop doing that! Yeah, next time we'll, I chose Unbreakable Speckled Band, Unspeakable Story.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, next time we'll continue the trial. Goodbye.